Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another neki broadcast. Today we are casting Battle for Wesnoth. It's been way too long. I am playing ladder and I'm playing versus Lunatic Princess. I know she's a fan favorite. She plays really well and it's going to be a great game, and I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys like it. Of course, the game is being played live. We don't know the outcome yet, and yeah, let me know if there are any issues with the stream, any issues with the sound, and let's get cracking. So we are playing as Orc, player 1, North, and we random this absolutely awful map called Swamp of Dread. There are two avenues, one on the left, one on the right, one longer than the other, one campier than the other. And what you want to do, you can see the village density here. You want to attack on this side if possible with south, and you want to attack on this side if possible with north. With this being said, there is, although the village density is not that high, there is a the most advanced village is on the left for north, and the most advanced village is on the right for north. So although village density wise you want to attack, north wants to attack in this area, south wants to attack in this area, there is a twist in the sense that the counter attack could be pretty dangerous. There's also this middle area where mermen can really cause some unexpected issues. And we have our first viewer, Gemanderis. Hello there, hope you enjoyed the cast. And also there is a twist here that it's like you're funneling your units, so it's a relatively campy map, I dare say, and as the number of unit grows, this becomes a funnel right between these two mountains here. There is, again, it's pretty interesting. It can get pretty interesting. So there's like an epic battle at the very end usually that decides everything, and you have to be very careful how you posture, how you build up your unit composition, and how you basically leverage it in one grand attack. I mean, at least this is my understanding of the map based on my experience. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we are Orc. We don't have to worry too much about anything. We just have to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm guessing this would be the better option here, and I'm going to do an attack here because I've just talked about it. I would look pretty silly not to do that, and I'd get a grunt. I would get yet another grunt. Is this guy quick? Yes, quick. Well happy with those recruits. Strong, quick. Well happy with that as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would be a bit silly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There it is. Strong resilience, 7 movement. I would be an idiot not to recruit a Naga fighter on this map. It will slow down my rush, but let's be honest, unless I'm going versus Drake, probably I won't be able to do much. Plus this Nagini fighter can put pressure on this village anyway, so it's a decent recruit, I dare say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would want a quick grunt here. Yeah, got it. Wow, I'm on fire with my recruits today. And I've just noticed that I'm a complete idiot. I should have probably moved my leader. I could have moved my leader in center if I wanted a more balanced village grabbing pattern, which I'm not going to get now. Let's see. Oh, this one can actually reach here, which is pretty nice, if I'm honest with you. So my village grabbing pattern is already sorted. Now, in case I'm going versus Drake or Undead, I would like an Orcish archer in the mix of things. It's not the best rush army, I'll be completely honest with you, but it would be enough to put some sort of initial pressure, and then I will be following up with attacks on both left and right at night. Hopefully, at least that's the plan. And my estimate is that I would be able to stretch my opponent thin before he musters enough bodies to create a line, an impenetrable line. So I'm guessing this is going to be the case at second cycle, right? So we already have a few viewers here. Now let's think a bit about our attack. So in terms of Wolf Rider, I have to get this village. I mean, it's just the most healthy option on the long term, and I was lucky enough to get a quick wolf. Then I do want to put some pressure on this side, so I'm guessing I will get with a Nagini fighter here and try to explore this area. In terms of this side, if I grab this village, I would have a healthier village grabbing pattern, but the grunts would be a bit slower in terms of grabbing villages. I could also just do something ridiculous like do the Nagini here, and I'll just complicate things too much. If I am a bit slow in grabbing 1 or 2 villages, I think I should be fine. So this one will just poke, just look a bit around. If it gets surrounded and killed, I couldn't care less. It's just a grunt. It's a resilient one. As a matter of fact, now I could just grab more villages with the leader, but that would be again silly. Again, on this side, it just feels that this would be the best. It just feels that this would be the best balance between scouting, grabbing villages, rushing, and all other good things that orcs can do. And now I'll be going back to my keep to recruit possibly another grunt. Not sure what this Corey Newton says. Probably it's a bot. They keep doing these hidden advertisements, which is really, really annoying. I wish there was a machine learning algorithm to detect these guys and ban them all. Anyway, we can't have everything, can we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay! That is going to be... Oh, that's not going to be pretty. Let me see here. So I'm going to have to really think about it. So luckily for me, Orcish archers do have 6 damage on default era, as we were all able to see. Not really sure what's coming at me, and I was first player, so I will be exposed to probably a bit too courageous over there. But again, it's just a grunt. It's on 60% and couldn't care less. Now if he does have a horseman here, and if he does get lucky with this grunt, I better have a backup here in terms of village grabbing. would be unhealthy not to have some sort of backup. Now, in terms of this, oh, that will be just too good. Okay. So the plan is to I'm sure he's not going to go for it with this horseman. Well, might as well grab this village and push my archer forward, but not too much. Don't want to get in range of this horseman. And in terms of my leader, I'm not really sure yet where I want him. So far, I can't recruit 2 units at once, so it doesn't really matter where the leader stays. And I will be ending turn right here. Now, I'm not doing much, if I'm completely honest with you. I've just pushed my units in advanced positions. They act more or less as bait, right? So he deals a lot of damage at day, but of course it can backfire because he's attacking at 60%. Also, orcs traditionally like these small skirmishes, so it's always good if we engage in early skirmishes like this one in a relatively open position that can be surrounded, right? So I'm not too worried about this, to be honest. So imagine, I mean, I have 12 gold units surrounding all these units fighting in a really uncomfortable position. With the... So it's a strong resilient merman fighter versus a strong resilient Nagini fighter. 22 experience versus 25. Yeah, not really sure who is going to win. Probably it's going to be a small battle before anybody levels up. But you see, he does want to... He does want to whittle me down a bit, make sure that the first attack is not going to be that impactful. Now, I can tell you that he has absolutely nothing to worry about. I could try to do something like this, but I could try for the fun of it, if I'm completely honest with you. So this has 3, only 3. No, that's not fair. Should be more of a penalty. Anyway, I'm going to... I mean, night is coming. Might as well try something out, right? You only live once. And I'm going to put this on 50%. Now I might be walking into a trap. Apparently I'm not. 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. That's not going to work. No matter how hard I try, I can always just try to bully my way forward, I guess. Doubt he's going to attack this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's better to be safe than sorry anyway. Now, in terms of this one, is there any merit of putting it here? Probably not. Probably there would be a merit of putting it on this side, if I'm completely honest with you. Simply because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'm mostly concerned about this forest, right? So I want to make sure I can get the forest. However, I've gone a bit too far away from my friends here. However, it is a strong grunt, and it's not there anymore. Now, in terms of this wolf, he can kill it relatively easily with this horseman. I would really like this 50% here, but I feel that with a bit of assistance from his units, he could kill it relatively easily again. However, this position would just give me more freedom. 1, 2, 3, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Right, so I'm. Plus, it also works a bit as a bait. I mean, look at the at the vision that this wolf is giving me. Now, in terms of this wolf over here, I could also put him on 40% if I'm completely honest with you. Yeah, it wouldn't feel right. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 1 penalty there. Guess I could put it here. Okay, now remember, I am trying to counter him, and I am trying to counter him by swarming, right? So best unit to counter, considering his recruits and considering what is coming, is probably an archer, because he's going to be building lots of cavalry. And archers are not that expensive. They are 14 gold, right? So from this perspective, I'd better recruit an archer. Also, I want to have a relatively even army on both sides. So I have an archer on the left side and an archer on the right hand side, and I'll probably keep recruiting one more archer and another archer, and then grunts, and then we'll see. We'll take it from there. However, I'm putting a lot of psychological pressure, if anything, right, on Lunatic here. For example, this one here, it's just, I would personally feel, if I would see this, I would personally feel a bit uncomfortable. I would want to attack it and be done with it, right? So but then again, remember, small skirmishes are usually in Orc's favor, and whenever the enemy doesn't have enough units to keep a line, going out in the middle of the map to kill a unit is usually not worth it, because the Orc will simply get the villages and be absolutely fine. Now, there were 1, 2, 3, 4 units that had hits here, so I can understand why Lunatic went back. I really can understand. But at the same time, I feel that perhaps putting this strong intelligence spearman here and putting the fencer on the forest. Of course, I would have gotten 3 damage, and if I got a bit lucky with a 70% fence, I could have obliterated the unit and gotten the village. So I fully understand where Looney is coming from. However, I myself, my style of a player would have been to man up, especially considering, look, there's nobody coming, right? Man up and see what happens. Because once you give the Orc a bit of an advantage here, then the advantage will keep growing and growing. Now, this one here looks juicy. Problem is, if I do attack it with both the wolf and the grunt, then I would have absolutely nobody to take the village. This one here looks like a death sentence, because I could do this, I guess, to see what happens. But yeah, I could do it. I'll still have 4 units, 5 units, right? because I mean, I'm next to this forest. This horseman will come as well, but it just feels that I'm taking too many risks. It's a 60% spearman. It's not going to die that easily, so I just don't. It just doesn't feel right. Okay, I'm gonna do a little poke. It's a strong, resilient archer, right? So I'm gonna do a little poke, see what happens. Okay, 7, and I didn't get anything back. So now I could just do this again, see what happens again. You see, I just don't have enough follow-up units. In terms of this, okay, I have to be careful. I have to be mindful about the time as well. So 2, 3, 4, 5. This one could add a bit more pressure here. So from this perspective, I could go for the spearman. However, oh, this doesn't look good. Could also go for the merman fighter here. Again, see what happens. Oh, one more hit would have made things more interesting. Although not that interesting. Now, this merman needs to go back. His life is in danger. Now, I could try and again spread him thin, but it's might be a death sentence. Oh, 40% cav there. Doing absolutely wonders. Now, it is a slight problem with my plan here. Oh, the wolf didn't hit either. I'm not hitting very well, so that's probably my cue to leave as soon as possible. And I could keep taking further risks. I mean, that's what orcs are for. Oh, nice! Finally! Something paid off. And let me see what has better chances. Is it a strong wolf? It doesn't really matter because it's 6-3, right? So I could do this. Yes, 1 unit killed. And now I could even get this village, so he doesn't really get too many good. You know, he doesn't surround my wolf. That's what I'm worried about, right, with the fencer. So yeah, it's important that I got a kill and a village, and that's how you play orc. You risk at night. And in terms of my next unit, again, an orcish archer, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I took some risks. They paid off. Let me see, inflicted +4. So you could say I've been a bit lucky. But the most important thing is the distribution of that luck, right? I was able to kill a unit here. Now, my goal is to basically get out of here as soon as possible. As you can see, he is trying to take some risks to eliminate this wolf. He should be able to do it with the horseman. However, it's a 50%, so it could go either way. I'm guessing if this wolf levels up, then it will be dangerous for him. Okay, and now he should be able to get it with the... Oh, if that would have missed, that would have been absolutely fantastic. Now, it's getting tricky. Yeah, I must be completely honest with you. Okay, I did not expect that. So basically he does not want me to go back home. He just wants me to stay here and die. Now, I do have some plans of my own. I do have one village advantage at this point, which is, you could argue it's not that significant. The leader has to come in. You see, he has to defend this village. Okay, so I was expecting some attack on this wolf or something of this sort. Now, considering how the game has been flowing so far, guessing, wow, it's quick, resilient spearman. It just feels like I'm feeding his units. Now, at this point, this spearman is the most vulnerable, so I am guessing I could do something of this sort. Make sure I really get the kill here. So now, just trade units. Oh god. Okay, that's not good at all. I'm taking now too much risks, and it's a downward spiral from here on. Now, if I stay here, the leader is going to attack me. Would have really been excellent if this would have been this cavalryman had a bit less hit points. Now I could try this as well, since I've gone this route. Okay, at least that one hit a bit better. And in terms of surrounding the enemy unit, I could surround it in this way. It would be a bit better for retreating. You know what, I could just make sure this unit never leaves. Oh, but look, that is the problem here. That is the problem here. I can't really do much with this spearman. I could protect it a bit and try to get a bit more hits in. Yeah, okay, at least that. So now the spearman should fear a bit for his life. And I have another orcish archer coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this spearman should fear for his life as well. However, he will have a free hit on my archer. Oh, no need. I had my share of luck. I can't even spell luck. That much of a noob. Okay, I do have minus 12% inflicted, and I do have minus 13% taken, so I'm not sure whether I should call myself lucky or not. Now, in terms of other recruits, I would say I'm getting light on grunts. So although this is extremely tempting to keep recruiting these archers, you know what, I'll just keep recruiting these archers, because with the archers I can keep attacking no matter what. Resilient, strong, quick, intelligent. So no matter what he throws at me, I'm sure he won't have money for a mage. No matter what he throws at me, archers can kind of attack it. So if I deal with a very low HP army, okay, that was actually pretty good. So now I have a chance to clear this spearman. He might clear my Nagini fighter before I do so, but luckily this one is not quick. 3, 4, 5, 6 doesn't really matter, because he can get this village anyway. So I did lose 2 units. I did kill 1. Oh, okay. He's going strong there on my grunt at night. That's my only chance of dealing damage. He can really go to work on this archer though. So he'll probably clear these units if I'm completely honest with you. Is he actually going to go for this grunt? That would be very spectacular. I would have to give it to Lunatic for doing this. So is he going to go for the grunt, or is he going to go for the archer? That is the question on everybody's mind at the moment. So, oh god, that is like a risky play there. And well, might pay off actually. He doesn't have mages to clear these to clear these villages. So as long as I can stay in these villages, then I should be fine. Now losses to kills one, that's a problem. That's going to become a problem. These units with very low HP are going to heal, and then they are going to hit pretty hard at night. It's not even funny. So oof, more spearmen. Why not? Because they are sturdy, they have lots of HP, and some of them are bound to hit, right? So they will even hit 60% at one point. So from this perspective, I'm kind of regretting my archer recruits, mass archer recruits. We shall see. Probably poison would have been, well, now it's too late. Now I'm running out of grunts, so I do need to, it's an emergency, recruiting as many grunts as possible at this point in time. Hi Crow Powie, nice to see you as well. So yeah, it's looking pretty shaky because I have archers coming and they can't deal anything. Okay, they can't do anything versus strong. Let me see here. Where do I go with this one? Can I go here and make a bit of space for this archer? Hopefully the archer would clear the spearman. Now, in terms of this spearman here, it would be just so strong if I managed to clear this spearman. So from this perspective, I'm gonna go with killing the spearman rather than securing the village. And let's see, 3, 3. Oh, just short. Now this one over here, 6 strong as here. No, it just makes way more sense for this one to clear that. Now in terms of that village over there, again, this means that I will basically lose this village, so, and I'll lose it to whatever he fancies to throw at me. So from this perspective, it was not the wisest of choices. I should have probably stayed on 60%, but based on my luck, I die anyway, even if it's on 60%. So okay, now things are looking dreadful for me, absolutely dreadful. So although I got some kills there, I didn't get too many. I killed 3, right? So I got some villages. Sure, that was all right, but he is going to hit back so hard. And I would say, considering this fencer, well, I honestly don't have the luxury of recruiting assassins at this point. I do need grunts as soon as possible. And in terms of this Nagini fighter here, I'm not really sure what to be the best use for it. Probably trying to reduce the amounts of hits on my archer. Could also put him here, but I could also, so this would be 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could also threaten this village, but this would just give him yet another target, right? He would be able to attack me from the village. If I go here, could also go here to try to protect a bit from the horse. It's just so bad that I put this Orcish grunt on 60% right there. I should have probably played it a bit differently. I should have probably used the grunt from 40% and then grabbed the village with this other grunt. So from this perspective, that was a mistake based on perceived flashy plays. It was not a flashy play, it was a perceived flashy play. Okay, so I've dug myself into a hole. This is 22, quick, intelligent. Sitting on this village waiting to be hit doesn't give me a good vibe, so I am going to... Oh god, I am going to take a lot of risks here. So yeah, this looks terrible. Oh god, and I've given him everything basically. Well, yeah, I took a lot of risks. I was hoping to kill 2 units here, but you know, 4-2, and I'm going to use 3 units, 4 units. It's just going to get out of control at one moment in time, and I won't be keeping the villages. That's the part that hurts the most. So this is basically an orcish rush executed relatively well, but with this fencer he kind of didn't let me a chance to go back. So yeah, probably will do this. It's a bit more conservative, and I don't have much time to think anyway. So basically I stayed there. I overstayed my welcome. Probably after getting the first village, I should have stayed a bit in it and came back with the grand attack that I kept describing, right? Attack on both sides, overwhelming him on both sides, right? Instead, I became greedy, and I tried to get kills and villages at the same time, and it didn't work out, right? Because at one point you have to become unlucky anyway, right? So you could argue that, look, inflicted, taken, -8%, -6%, the fact that I needed the damage to be dealt, right? So from this perspective, you could argue that way. It's a bit more, this orc is a bit more at a disadvantage, right? You could argue that when the hits don't go in during first night, right? You could argue that, but it's rubbish at the same time, right? So luck was, I would say, as expected, right? You can't really argue with statistics, and now a really painful process is going to start. Now, my only hope here is that I don't feed this horseman, right? So my only hope here is that I actually feed the leader, so at least the leader kills me and I am good to go. That's my only hope, and Looney was really nice here, was very kind to give me this opportunity. So now if you look at the statistics, losses 6, kills 4. I had a village for some time, right? Those were great times. I will be telling my grandchildren about the time when I actually had a village, but it's not going to win me the game, is it? So this guy is going to hit harder and harder. Can't even retreat well, so I could try and do this on this side, do this, could try and scout out a bit with the quick archers, which is it's a very depressing thing to say. Scouting with archers means I'm in a terrible position, but luckily for me I can regenerate relatively quickly and I can do it all over again. Now my main goal here should be to save this archer, so I'm going to put it on 60%, but as you can see it can still be hit, so I would rather sacrifice yet another unit. So there's multiple ways in which this can be played. So I could say that if you're going to go for this archer, then if you're going to go for this archer, this orcish grunt, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to get a village no matter how you play it, right? So from this perspective, so this one has 9. Well, yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? Well, basically now I'm just gambling the archer at this point in time, and I'm greedy. I want to save everybody, which is not going to happen. He's going to hit with everything, but if he is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to grab this village. So that's my only counterplay. I'm grabbing the village with a strong resilient grunt, right? So go for the archer, sure, get the kill, but I'm getting a village out of it. Also, oof, this can really reach. So I'm bringing another archer here. It's 50%, but it's much fatter. And I'm basically saying, look, I'm strong here, I can counterattack, should I choose so, and you should not mess with me. Obviously, this is just dust in Looney's eyes, and I'm sure she will see right through that. And I'm really curious. Oh, interesting question here. What factions do you think are the best in general? I would say Orc is pretty good. I personally, I'm not the best Orc player. There used to be a player called the Black Sword. He is, I believe from Ireland. He's really good with Orc because he has the patience to build up his attack. So for example, you saw me attack during first night. You have to do that, but you shouldn't be overdoing it, right? At that first night, you should basically gain a minimal advantage, and then when the second cycle comes, you should do your actual attack where you go all in. So he always used to do that. You know, he would basically leave you alone during first cycle, and then during second cycle, he would have a really well placed attack spread out on both sides, and either win the game right there or cripple you enough so that the third cycle he would gain even a more of an advantage, and then it would be a slippery slope from there. So Orc it's in my opinion one of the least RNG based factions, especially if also it has an incredible regenerative power. So if you attack into, you think you've won against an Orc, and then you attack into an Orc, and then suddenly he gets 2 out of 2 somewhere in the middle of the map, because you get fights in the middle of the map because you want to finish him off, and then suddenly you discover that grunts are actually more powerful than you thought initially. Same with trolls, they just keep regenerating, and if they hit twice and you miss, then it's really deceiving. A defeated Orc army, it's really deceiving. It can be pretty strong. You should never engage it in an unorderly fashion. So I think Orc is the best, although I'm not leveraging the full potential of this faction. What I personally like is Loyalist, simply because, let's be honest, Spearmen are absolutely ridiculous. They are sturdy, they also have first strike, they also deal real damage, 310 during day. That's just 14 for a absolutely fantastic damage unit. And you can even fight if you have a red mage leader or a lieutenant, then you're basically unbreakable. Not even Orcs can attack at night. Again, you have to be patient, do that second cycle attack, and then try to break in one side when the powerful leader is on the other side, etc. So it becomes a bit more nuanced when you have Loyalist versus Orc. But Loyalists are pretty strong. I personally like Loyalists. And after that, really anything goes. I would say Drakes are incredible if you can survive the initial rush. Drakes are really unbeatable. If you can survive the initial rush, then Drakes are auto win. Except Orc, right? If you have a widespread map like this, Orc would probably break you at second cycle. So, but most of the times, for example, on a map like Hamlet's, Drakes simply are the best, in my opinion. Yeah, so I would say in this order: Orc, although I'm not the best at them, Loyalists, and then Drakes. And after that, I'm guessing Undead, and last two factions are Elf and Dwarf. I'm 100% sure that Dwarf is the worst faction at the moment, and Elf is the second worst. Don't get me wrong, they're incredibly strong. So elves are incredibly strong. I just don't have the patience to play them. You have to keep defending and win by defending. Also, when you're attacking, you're kind of defending. So I tried to do creative plays with Elf, and then I noticed that my 2 units versus other 2 units, my skirmishes, even if mathematically I have more defense, it just dies. So Elvish fighter versus Dwarvish fighter, my Elvish fighter just dies, and it's part of a grand scheme, and it's supposed to lure some enemies, do some movement of troops, and then it's just done, gone, because it's just doesn't have any HP. It's just out of the map, and then your whole plan crumbles. You can't really attack with Elf. Anyway, I've been rambling on, and now you've helped Looney with your question quite a lot, because now I don't know where his, I don't even know where his, I mean, I don't know anything now. I'm gonna have to improvise some sort of defense. Look, I haven't made a mistake now. I have to do this to correct it, and then I'll have to do that, and then I'll have to probably recruit. I'm a bit happier with my grunt numbers. However, I feel that I should keep recruiting grunts now, but I'm gonna get an assassin for diversity, and yeah, I'm not sure. I think the horseman is on this side, considering the amount of pressure coming my way, so I'm not going to take any chances here. Of course, that is a relative term considering how many chances I took so far, and I'm going to basically, what is this? I shouldn't have done this. That is so silly. Anyway, okay, he still can. Okay, doing silly things after silly things. This orcish archer can still die. However, now the danger is higher for him. I'm going to try and discourage it with the leader. This one doesn't look alright here. I don't really like it. Now it looks a bit better. Still not the best. And yeah, the reason I recruited an orcish assassin is because I see this fencer. Probably there are more fencers coming. So, and of course, in attacking one. Thanks, Bowie. You're such a gentleman. I'm also happy you've been helping Looney, and I mean, she's a very strong player. She doesn't need the help, but it just makes this game so much more interesting. I've basically lost. It gives me the chance, the opportunity, basically to talk about how to play from behind, right? Which I have been doing quite a lot lately. So I'm not doing it because I want to. I mean, I'm not doing it because I'm doing it because I want to, right? I want to play from behind, so I can also discuss this side of the game, right? I'm obviously joking. I'm just not in the best shape lately. Now, as you can see, my attack, whatever this is, it's not going to do anything, right? So can scout out a bit, see the lay of the land, but realistically nothing is going to happen, and I am going to recruit one more assassin, so I'm going for that improved unit composition. You know, archers, grunts, assassins. I still feel that I don't have enough grunts, and probably nothing is going to happen at this moment in time, because I think I need one troll, although with a horseman on the loose, not the best, but I feel that one troll is useful. Just one for these hills here. I don't think the attack is going to be coming on this side. It's probably going to be coming on the other side. Now, I'm basically healing my units rather than attacking at this point in time, which is absolutely terrible. I could try and push forward here to see what's going on, but I don't have the vision. I'm going in blind. I'm using my my 5th. You see, okay, it's just, there's just not a pretty sight. He has more spearmen than I have grunts, so yeah, it's terrible. No sneaky plays on this side, at least. Don't think anything is coming my way. This one is a quick, intelligent one, quick, strong one. Can't really be moving my orcish grunt out. Although, I don't think a troll would be the best. I think a naga would be best. Yet another naga. For this side, I can put it on 60% here to defend. Although, I think trolls do have... Oh, just give me the bloody troll. So... troll whelp, right? So, on mushroom... Where is the mushroom? Fungus, 50%. So that would be also a great spot to have a troll in. Although it would just be food for the horseman, which I've just fed. So yeah, not looking pretty. Okay, so I've lost my second cycle because I was too greedy during first cycle. And this means that the fight is going to go to the third night cycle, which, considering that not only did I not get any advantage, but I am behind, right? So considering all this, the fight at third cycle is going to be terrible, because it's going to be basically 1 versus 1. For each grunt and each archer that I have, she's going to have a spearman, right? So it's going to be absolutely terrible. Remember, spearmen deal like 8-3, right? 8-3 plus the I'm talking about strong spearmen, because I'm usually, when I'm playing versus loyalist, my opponent gets lots of strong spearmen. So you see here, it's just waltzing in. And I made a mistake to expose my archer. I thought that it's going to be a really nice bait, right? Remember, skirmishes, orc versus skirmishes, orc usually wins, right? So from this perspective, following that rule of thumb, I should be at an advantage here, right? But look at this army: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whereas I only have 3 units. However, they are 3 heavy hitting units if you think about it. However, there's nothing I could do here, so I will kind of have to shamefully bring my units back, right? So, however, it's not that bad, if I'm completely honest with you. So I could do, let's see, 1, 4, 5, 6. So from this perspective, 1, 4, 5, 6. From this perspective, I'm free to attack this. Of course, I don't get any hits. That's another story, but at least I tried. Also, I can grab this village with the assassin, which on 70% should not be that bothered. Also, I could take this guy here to attack this pesky little fencer. I dealt quite a lot of damage there. So now oh, never mind. I thought that I was going to... So I would need here, let's see, damage calculations. So 35%, right? Whereas with this one, I would have damage calculations 64%. So it's a no-brainer. I'm going to use the grunt, right? So, but now I have an exposed orcish archer, but there's nothing else I could do. And again, following the same rule of thumb, fighting in the open, even if I'm fighting with 14 gold units, it should favor me, at least in theory, right? So, for example, here, can't believe this one can't reach. It's just so silly. I could try to do a late attack here, but God knows what I'm going against here. It's just he had so much time to recruit. It's just ridiculous. Now he's going to go full on attack. It'll be silly to expose my orcish archer, if I'm completely honest with you. I'm giving him a free target, right? I'm giving him a punching bag for my orcish, for his fighters, and if I go here, I'm gonna do 7-3, and I'm going to get retaliation back, and I don't like it. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't like it. I would rather have him hit 50% rather than 40%. Oh, it's 40% anyway. So, well, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I could be attacking and then expose it to 3 attacks. He's gonna go and get this one anyway. He's gonna get this orcish archer anyway. But rather than him getting 2 orcish archers, I can only have him get 1 and then use the other one to get some return kills. Well, guessing here an orcish grunt would be the safest bet, and then I would be recruiting yet another one, and then I will be stepping in with my leader. In terms of this side, strong, resilient, intelligent, resilient. If I walk here, I feel that I would be walking into a trap. I want to discourage him from, messing with me too much on this side. He's loving this, by the way, this retreat. In theory, I should have been the aggressor on that flank. That's not going to happen now, is it? Probably I need to scout out a little bit on this side. So even if I don't get the full regen here, it's probably wiser to just put the Naga fighter here. Probably I can go like this as well. I could cut off the retreat if need be. This strong resilient one is not going to do much, so okay. Now there's also the question, what do I do here? If he's going to attack here, then 50%. This one is on 40% again. I don't know, guys. I just feel that it's night. I should use my time to deal damage. So it's only 7, so I basically feel like an idiot now. If it was 14, I would have said yes, it's fine because I can get a return kill on this spearman. But now I just feel like an idiot. So I've wasted 2 great archers for nothing. But yeah, now he's going to go with a horseman and he's going to absolutely obliterate me. 40% there. Now this one is 26. Okay, now this is going to die in 1 hit. He's not going for that. He's going to go for something else. Oh, it's not going to go die in 1 hit. It's going to die. Okay. And you see, that was a mistake, right? It felt like I'm going to deal damage. It's night, right? But now I've lost my damage dealers, my archers, which are basically the damage dealers versus cavalry. So my 2 archers have died. So you see how at night loyalists can really tear you a new one. So loyalists can really destroy you. Simply these spearmen, which are 6-3, 18. That's almost 20. That's almost an elvish fighter. So they deal a lot of damage. The sensible thing that I should have done is basically taken my archers back. Take this archer here safe, and then I could have used it to attack this spearman, right? I wouldn't have killed the spearman probably, but at least I could have used it in this way. Now this is going to level up. These 2 are going to hurt. I can already foresee it. Now just want to create the impression that I am very strong, which I am not. Now I should start poisoning some of these gentlemen here. And day is coming, so the best fighters during the day should be. And again, cavalry is coming from this perspective. Should probably. Not sure what's coming on this side. There's a lot of units here, but I'm blind. I lost my scouts early on. I can't really take a sensible decision, so I'm gonna have to fight blind here. I'm going to try to discourage a bit with my leader, see if it works or not. I have the opportunity to kill this spearman, so I'm gonna go for the spearman. Okay, it's not looking good, so I'm gonna go with this as well. Yeah, that's just terrible. Villages don't really matter at this point, so I'm thinking that I should just poison this because I'm not dealing any damage anyway. So he's going to get with a quick intelligence spearman, he's going to get the village and yeah, attack my assassin here. Hopefully the 70% works. Got a bit unlucky there, if I'm completely honest with you. Okay, let's see here. What am I going to do? Strong, quick, intelligent, quick. I'm going to go for. Not gonna do anything here. I will have to defend with my resilient, strong archer, which is a terrible position to be in, and he knows it. And he's going to take advantage of this situation, push forward with spearmen, push forward with cavalrymen, and I'm taking a lot of risks here. I'm not even covering my village. It's a very poor defense, was focused on getting unit kills rather than strategic advantage, and I'll probably pay the price. Now let's see what he will do. So definitely going for this village here, which is the right move to make. Obviously, I have some counterplay here around with the Nagini fighter. Also can take this, but if he recruits a mage, then it's going to be problematic. Now, I do have here quite a lot of assassins. So at least that is going my way. Okay, he took the village. There's going to be a big fight. He defended here with the fences, so this Nagini fighter has done more than enough. Now, I need to basically kill this spearman, which is not going to happen. This one will obviously, I will stop it in its tracks, attack it, and problem is I won't have second watch next turn, so I won't be dealing nearly as much damage. Well, yeah, my luck is also pretty bad. I have to basically rely on this, so minus 90% inflicted, taken minus 5%, so as orc, you do need these 2 out of 2, or at least 1 out of 2. You do need them, but again, I don't think luck. I mean, sure, luck played a part here, but it's also these strategical decisions. I could have played a bit more careful in the beginning, right? During the first attack, I could have just taken that village, for example, not this village here, which is very susceptible to attack from the castle. I could have just taken what Looney gave me, which is this village, stayed a bit in it, gone back, came back with units on both left side and right hand side. That would have been the correct choice. I got greedy, I killed the unit, I got the village, and then I'm not sure. I mean, I think he killed my grunt in return. I don't remember, but I think at one point I had one window of opportunity to leave. I didn't take it, so that was it. Okay, so not sure what else to do here. We'll be attacking 60% with so here it's going to be tricky. I'm going to go for more luck based play, more risks, so I could again use the leader, but then my recruiting opportunities will be very limited. I can also here stop again this merman fighter in its tracks, and I could do many things, but I think the most sensible would be to just see what my marksman attacks do, and they do relatively not too good, if I'm completely honest with you. Relatively well. Could see 10-2 as well, but I could just keep whittling down with the assassins, since I don't have better use for them. And now you see how the ranged attack basically destroyed my assassins. So they're very, very strong. Now, 40%. It's just so annoying. This mushroom here is so annoying. It basically does nothing, absolutely nothing. And in hindsight, I should have placed my assassin on the 70%. Now I'm on 60%, like an absolute idiot. Yeah, I really don't know what to do here. I need some hits versus 60%, and it doesn't look like I'm going to get them. Yeah. So oof. And that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Need these hits versus 60%. At one point you do need to get them. I did not get them, and I'm gonna lose this village here, and it doesn't really matter what I'm doing with my leader at this point. Doesn't really matter what I recruit. Was a bit greedy in the beginning there, and that's game, ladies and gentlemen. So congratulations to Looney, really well played. But what really mattered in this game is my greed. So greed is absolutely fantastic. It's the best ally that you can have. If your opponent is greedy, then you are going to win. So minus 40%, the 3 minus 3%. So was unlucky, but again, attacking versus villages, strategical mistake. Okay, so GG. Congratulations to Looney, well played, and I shall see you, ladies and gentlemen, next time. So there you go. As you were, I hope you liked it. I really enjoy playing Wesnoth now and then, especially with great opponents. And yeah, was time for a Wesnoth cast, really. So again, my offer still stands. If one of you wishes to learn real-time strategy, I'm still open. The offer is still open. Contact me, and we should yeah, I shall see you in the future. Okay,